Right. Good morning, children. Now we have completed the two chapters. The first chapter is a heat, and the second chapter we completed is a acids, bases, and salts. Now let us start the third chapter. The third chapter is a refraction of light. Right. Before we start this lesson, first let us recall about a reflection of light. Reflection of light. Right, in the last year only you learnt this reflection of light, and you know well about this reflection of light. What is the meaning of reflection? Right, the meaning of reflection is a light which is a throwback from the surface. The light which is a throwback from a surface, that we call it as a reflection. Right, I will explain in clear. See, this is, let us consider this is a surface, right, where the light will reflect when we incident the light on the mirrors, right? Right, observe here, this is a surface, okay, and the line which is perpendicular to the surface is called a normal, okay, and when we incident a light on the surface, what happen? The light will throw back from the surface. Okay, this we call it as a reflection. When the light is incident on any surface, when the light is incident on the surface, what happens? The light get a throwback. That we call it as a reflection of light. Right. The light ray which is incident on the surface, that light ray we call it as incident ray. The light ray which is incident on the surface, that ray we call it as incident ray. And the light ray which is a throwback from the surface, that we call it as a reflected ray. Okay, and then we learned that the angle between the normal and the incident ray is called a angle of incidence. Okay, and then the angle between the normal and the reflected ray is called a angle of reflection. Okay, so these are the basics of reflection of light. And after this we learned about a Fermat principle. What is Fermat principle? The light ray always chooses a shortest path to travel, that we call it as a Fermat principle. And after the Fermat principle we learned about image formation, how the image is formed when the object is placed in front of a mirror. Right, I will explain that. Let us consider a mirror. Okay, now let us place a object in front of the mirror. Okay, now consider this is an object. Okay, an arrow object, and these all we learned in the 9th class itself, right? Let us consider the two rays. One is from the top of the object. Okay, when what happened? The light will get a reflex here. Okay, and when we consider the bottom, let us consider a light ray is travel from the bottom of the surface, and then it touches to the mirror, and then what happened? It also get a reflex. Observe here carefully. Right, When you extend these reflected rays backwards, here you get the top, and when you extend this reflected ray backward, there you will get a bottom. Okay, when you join these two, here you get an image of this object. Okay, this is called a image, right? Which type of image is formed when the object is placed in front of the mirror? What we call that image? Lateral inversion. The image which is formed in the mirror, that is a lateral inversion. Lateral inversion means the left becomes right and the right becomes left. That we call it as a lateral inversion. Generally, when we saw our face in front of the mirror, there you can observe our right. When you raise your right hand in the mirror, it shows the left hand is raised. That we call it as a lateral inversion. The image which is formed when we place an object in front of the mirror, that image is a lateral inverted image. Okay, these all you learned in the last class itself. Okay, now let us start the lesson. Okay, that is called a refraction of light. What is reflection of light? Reflection of light means a light ray which is a throwback from the surface. A light ray which is a throwback from the surface, that we call it as a reflection of light. Now let us see the refraction of light. What is refraction of light? This all we learned in the last class itself. Okay. Now let us start this lesson. Refraction of light. Tell me, what is the meaning of refraction? What is the meaning of refraction here? Right, I will tell. Listen. The change in the direction of light when it travels from one medium to another medium. That we call it as a refraction. Right. See, refraction means that there is a change in the direction of light when the light is traveled from one medium to the other medium. Right. Where we observe this refraction of light in our daily lives. Right. I will show some activities to you. Okay. Observe those activities carefully and tell me what happens in that activity. Okay. Right. Now let us see the activity here. Right. See here, children, what are the requirements we need to do this activity? The first one is a beaker, and the second we need is a stick pen, and third we need is a marker. Okay, and then a ball. Right. Now let us see this activity here. Right. Take your glass tumbler and fill the glass tumbler with the water, and observe here carefully, children. Right. Observe the pipe here. Observe this stick carefully here. What happens? What do you observe in this activity? Right. Observe the inside part. At the interface. Observe at the interface. What is interface? I will tell later. Okay. Right. What happens here? There you can observe the stick is somewhat bending inside the water. Right. Right. I will show one more activity here. See, you can observe clearly in this activity. See the cap here. Observe the cap here. Right. What do you observe when you insert this stick pen inside this water? Right. The size of the stick pen is increases here, and you can observe one more point, that is there is a bending of this stick pen also. See, observe the outside of the pen and the inside the pen. Right, at the outside, okay, this is the outside of the pen, and you can observe the inside of the pen. The inside part is somewhat bending. It moves somewhat sideward. Right? Right. I will show one more activity to you. See here. Right. Observe the size of the ball when we kept this ball inside the water. Right. What do you observe here? Very good. The size of the ball is increases when you kept a ball in the water. Right. You can observe this activity. You can observe this activity in the shops. Right. What do you observe in these three activities? When you insert a pen inside the water, there the size of the pen is increases. Where you observe this one? You can observe this in the shopping malls. When we go to the shopping mall, at the reception, there they kept a water in the glass, and they put one lemon in the glass, right? Right. We can observe that. When we see the size of the lemon is increases here. See, observe these three activities. In the first activity, what we did there? When we insert a stick, in the water, there we can observe the bending of a stick inside the water. And in the second activity, what we did there? When we insert a ball in the water, there the size of the ball is increases. And in the third activity, when we insert that stick pen, okay, when we insert a pen in the water, what happened? There also we observe the bending of a pen. Right. What do you understand from these three activities? Right. In all these activities, what happens means there is a refraction of light takes place. What happens here? There is a refraction of light takes place. How the refraction takes place here? Right. I will do one activity, then see that activity carefully. Okay. Then you will understand how the refraction takes place in these activities. Okay. See this activity carefully. Observe this activity. What happens in the last three activities, we'll understand that. Okay. Right. First, let us take a glass tumbler. Let us take a glass tumbler here. Okay. And place a coin inside the glass tumbler. Place a coin inside the glass tumbler. Okay. And observe the coin from the outside. Observe this coin from the outside. You can see this coin. The coin is at the bottom of the vessel. Right. Now, you have to move backward. Okay. When you move backward, then you cannot see the coin. When you move backward, you cannot see this coin, right? And stand there and ask your friend to pour some water in this glass tumbler. Okay. When your friend is pour some water in this glass tumbler, at that time you can able to see this coin, and the coin is somewhat raised from the original place, right? You can observe this coin here. How can you observe this coin? Before we pour the water inside the glass tumbler, we cannot see the coin here. When your friend pours some water in this beaker, then you are able to see the coin here. How this happens, right? I will explain. See, draw a light ray from your eye. Draw a light ray from the object here. Okay, we know that Faraday says that the light is always travel in a straight path, and it is always chooses a shortest path to travel, right? See, where is the original coin? The original coin is at the bottom of the vessel, but you are able to see the coin here, right? What do you observe here? What do you observe? Right, you can observe that the light ray is bending at this interface. What is the meaning of interface? Interface means a medium which separates the two mediums, that we call it as a interface. Okay, what we call this one? Interface. What this interface will do here? It separates the two mediums. Here the medium is air, and here we pour the water, no? So that's why what is the medium here? Water. Okay, a line which separates the two medium, that we call it as a interface. Right, observe here the interface here. What happens? At the interface, the light ray is bends. Okay, at the interface, the light ray is bending here. The bending of light ray, or the direction of a light ray is changes here. The direction of a light ray is changes at the interface. Okay, what do you observe here? Right, before we pour the water, we cannot see this coin. When we pour the water in the glass tumbler, we are able to see the coin. What happens here means at the interface, the light ray which comes from the coin is bending. Okay, the direction of the light ray is changes. That means there is a bending of light ray takes place. At the bending of light rays takes place at the interface. That bending of light ray, we call it as a refraction. Okay, that bending of light ray, when the light rays travel from one medium to the other medium, that we call it as a refraction of light. What is the definition of refraction of light? When the light travels from one medium to another medium, the bending of light ray takes place. That we call it as refraction of light. That we call it as refraction of light. Right. Write this definition in your classwork. Right. Listen here. What is refraction of light? When the light rays travel from one medium to the other medium, there is a bending of light rays takes place at the interface. That we call it as takes place at the interface. That we call it as a refraction of light. Right. Why the light is bending at the interface? That is a question we have, right? Right, why the light is bending here? What happens here? Right, observe here. Right, observe here carefully. Here the light is traveling from air medium to the water medium. Okay, air medium to the water medium. When the light is travel from one medium to the other medium, what will happen? There is a bending of light rays takes place. There is a bending of light rays takes place. Why the bending of light rays takes place? That is our next question. What happens here? What happens means when the light rays travel from one medium to the other medium, the speed of the light is changes. What happens here? What happens here? The speed of the light is changes when the light is travel from one medium to the other medium. When the speed of the light is changes from one medium to the other medium, then what happens? The bending of light will takes place. What happened here? The bending of light is takes place, or we can call it as there is a change in the direction of light. Change in the direction of light. Why there is a change in the direction of light is takes place? Listen here. When the light is travel from one medium to the other medium, the speed of the light is changes. When the speed of the light is changes, then there is a change in the direction of light will takes place, or the bending of light will takes place. That bending we call it as a refraction of light. This is called a refraction of a light. Right. What is the definition of refraction of light? Observe here. When the light is travel from one medium to the other medium, the speed of the light is changes. When the speed of the light is changes, there is a bending of light will takes place at the interface. Okay, that we call it as a refraction of a light. Okay, right. Next we will see how the refraction is takes place when the light is travel from one medium to the other medium. We know what is refraction. Refraction means there is a bending of light ray when the light ray is travel from one medium to the other medium, that we call it as a refraction of light. Okay, see, now let us consider a interface. Okay, interface means what is interface? Interface means a line which is separates the two medium, that we call it as a interface. A line which separates two mediums. Here let us consider this is a medium 1 and this is a medium 2. Okay, the medium one is called air, and in the medium 2 we consider it as a water. Medium 2 is water and medium 1 is a air. Okay, and then the line which is a perpendicular to the interface, that we call it as a normal. The line which is a perpendicular to the interface, that we call it as a normal here. Okay, right. Observe here. When the light ray is travel from one medium to the other medium, there is a bending of light will takes place here. What happened? There is a bending of light will takes place at the interface. Why the bending of light is takes place here? Because when the light is travel from one medium to the other medium, what happens? The speed of the light is changes. Why the speed of the light is changes? That is the next question. Right? Right. Observe here. The density is changes here. Okay. The air has a less density when we compare with the water. That density we call it as optical density. What we call the density? Optical density. In the last year only you learned that density. Density means there you learned mass density. Mass density means mass by volume, that we call it as density, that we learned in the last year. That density we call it as mass density. Here the density is a optical density. What is the difference between mass density and optical density? That is our next question again, right? What is the difference between the mass density and the optical density? Observe here carefully. I will tell one example to you. When you pour a petrol or a kerosene on the water, what happens? Right, the petrol will float on the water. Why the petrol or kerosene is floats on the water? Because the kerosene has, the density of the kerosene is less than the density of the water, so that's why the kerosene is floats on the water. That we learned in the floating bodies, right? Which body will float and which body will sink. The body which floats on water, that body we call it as a floating body. Okay, that body which sinks in the water, that we call it as a sinking body, right? See what we learned there. When the light when we pour the kerosene or a petrol on the water, what happened? The kerosene or a petrol will float on the water because the density of the kerosene is less than the density of the water. The object which has less density, that will float. The object which has more density, that will sink. That we learned in the floating bodies, right? Here there is a difference between the mass density and the optical density. Observe here carefully. Here we will take the same example, water and kerosene. Okay, when we take the water and the kerosene or petrol, okay, we know the petrol has a less mass density than the water, so that's why the petrol will float on the water. Okay, but here the density of the petrol is more than the water. That density we call it as optical density. The optical density of the petrol is more than the water. Okay, so what is optical density? Optical density means the bending of light takes place more in which medium? That medium we call it as a more optical density medium. Okay, where the bending of light takes place is more, that we call that medium has a more density. Okay, listen carefully. Here air and water. Okay, in this air and water, the water has more density. More density means more optical density. What happens when the light is traveling in the water? The speed of the light is changes in the water. Where the speed of the light is changes, or where the bending of light will takes place, okay, that medium has more optical density. Where the speed of the light is not changes or less change, that has a less optical density. Optical density means where the speed of the light is changes, where the bending of the light will takes place, that medium have more optical density, right? Observe here carefully. When the light is incident on the interface, there is a bending of light takes place. That we learned in this class itself, right? Right. See, observe here. When the light is traveled from one medium to the other medium, what happens? The speed of the light will change. When the speed of the light will change, then only the bending of light will take place. That we call it as a refraction of light, right? Right. Let us consider the speed of the light in the medium 1 is v1 and the speed of the light in the medium 2 is v2. Okay. When the light is traveled from air to water, what happens? The speed of the light is changes here. Okay. That means the speed of the light is decreases in the water than the air. That means v2 is less than v1. When the speed of the light is changes, what happens? There is a bending of light will takes place. Okay, that bending of light we call it as a refraction of light. See, when the light is traveled from the medium which has a less density, that we call it as a rarer medium. The medium which has less density, that we call it as rarer medium. The medium which has more density, that we call it as denser medium. Okay, the medium which has less density, that we call it as rarer medium. The medium which has more density, that we call it as denser medium. Okay, see here, when the light is traveling travel from rarer medium to denser medium, the speed of the light is changes. When the speed of the light is changes, then the bending of light will take place. When the light is travel from rarer medium to denser medium, the refracted ray is closest to the normal. Okay, when the light ray is travel from rarer medium to denser medium, the refracted ray is closest to the normal. Okay, when the refracted ray is closest to the normal, when the light is travel from rarer medium to denser medium. When the light is travel from rarer medium to denser medium, then the refracted ray is closest to the normal. And now, why the refracted ray is closest to the normal here? Because the speed of the light is less than the speed of the light in the medium one. The speed of the light in the medium 2 is less than the speed of light in the medium 1. When the speed of the light is changes, then there is a bending of light will takes place. So that's why the refracted ray is the closest to the normal when the light is travel from rarer medium to denser medium. Okay, now observe what happens when the light is travel from denser medium to rarer medium. Denser medium to rarer medium. Okay. Right. What happens when the light is travel from denser medium to rarer medium? Observe here. Here the light ray is traveling from denser medium to rarer medium. Right. What do you observe here? The refracted ray is away from the normal. Why the refracted ray is away from the normal here? Because here the speed of the light in the medium 2 is V2 and the speed of the light in the medium 1 is V1. Okay. Here the V1 is greater than V2. Okay. Here the speed of the light is more in the air and the speed of the light in the speed of the light in the air is less. So that's why there is a more speed of light is there in the rarer medium. So the bending of light is also more. Okay. So observe here, when the light is travel from denser medium to rarer medium, what happens? The refracted ray is away from the normal. You have to remember all these points. Refracted ray is away from the normal. Okay. When the light is travel from denser medium to rarer medium, the refracted ray is away from the normal. When the light ray is travel from rarer medium to denser medium, and the light ray is travel from rarer medium to denser medium, the refracted ray is closest to the normal. Okay. Now, the ray which is incident at the interface, that ray we call it as incident ray. The ray which is a incident at the interface, that ray we call it as incident ray. The ray which is a refracts, that ray we call it as refracted ray. And then the angle between the normal and the incident ray is called a angle of incidence. The angle between the normal and the refracted ray is called a angle of refraction. You have to remember all these definitions. First, we will discuss what is the refraction of light. And then we discussed what happens when the light is traveled from one medium to another medium. And then we discussed what is incident ray, what is a refracted ray, what is the angle of incidence, and what is the angle of refraction. Okay, observe here carefully. What is refraction of light? When the light rays travel from one medium to the other medium, the speed of the light is changes. When the speed of the light is changes, then the bending of light will take place. That bending of light we call it as a refraction of light. Okay, right. How we can calculate this how we can calculate this refraction of light? With a constant called refractive index. Okay, how we can calculate this refraction of light? By the refractive index only. Okay, now let us see what is the refractive index. Right, listen, to explain the process of refraction, okay, how can we explain the process of refraction means by the refractive index. Okay, by the refractive index only we can explain the process of refraction. Refraction means the change in the direction of light when the light is traveled from one medium to the other medium. The degree of change in the direction of light when the light rays travel from one medium to the another medium, that we call it as a refractive index. What do we call that one? That is called a refractive index. Okay, now let us see what is the absolute refractive index. Right. Next we will see what is the absolute refractive index. Absolute refractive index. We know the light travel in the vacuum. The light travels, the speed of light travel in vacuum is C is equals to 3 into 10 power 8 meters per second. Okay, the speed of light in vacuum is represented with letter C. Okay, we know that the speed of light travel in the vacuum is 3 into 10 power 8 meters per second. And now let us consider the speed of light travel in the medium is V. Let us consider the speed of the light travel in the medium B, V. Then what is the refractive index? Absolute refractive. Absolute refractive index means the ratio of speed of light in vacuum, the ratio of speed of light in vacuum by speed of light in medium. Okay, that we call it as a absolute refractive index. Absolute refractive index is represented with the letter N. Refractive index or absolute refractive index. Okay, refractive index, absolute refractive index means the speed of light in vacuum by speed of light in the medium. The speed of light in vacuum by speed of light in medium, that we call it as a absolute refractive index. Okay, let us do an example. Okay, how we have to calculate the speed of light when the light is travel from vacuum to the medium or when the light is travel in the medium. Here we have to remember one more point. What is that means? We know that absolute refractive index means the speed of light in vacuum by speed of light in medium. Okay, when the speed of light is decreases here, when the refractive index is more, the speed of the light is decreases. That you have to remember here. When the speed of the light is changes, when the refractive index. When the refractive index is more, then the speed of the light in the medium is less, right? When the speed of the light in the medium is decreases, or when the speed of the light is changes here, when the refractive index is more, that point you have to remember. Okay, that means the object which has more refractive index, then the speed of the light is less in that medium. Okay, the medium which has a more refractive index, okay, in that medium the speed of the light is less. I will tell one example here. When we consider the air and water, okay, what is the refractive index of air? What is the refractive index of air? What is the refractive index of air here? The refractive index of air is 1. Okay, I will give the table to you. Okay, you have to learn the table. And the refractive index of water is a 1.33. So, which one is a greater here? 1.33 is greater than 1. So, the speed of the light is a less in the water than the air. So, that's why what happened? When the light is travels from air to water, what happened? The bending of light is takes place. Okay, because the object which has more refractive index, the speed of the light is decreases here. When the speed of the light is decreases, then the bending is also decreases here. That means the light ray is closest to the normal. Okay, you have to remember this point. The medium which has a more refractive index, in that medium the speed of the light is less. Right. I will tell one example how we have to calculate the speed of the light in the medium. Here in this example we have the refractive index of a glass. Here the refractive index of glass. What is the refractive index of glass here? Here he given the refractive index of glass. What is the refractive index of glass he given? 3/2 is the refractive index of glass. And what we have to calculate here? Speed of light in the glass. What is the speed of the light in the glass? That means what is the speed of the light in the medium? We know the absolute refractive index. Absolute refractive index means the ratio of the speed of light in the vacuum by speed of light in the medium. And we know that the speed of light in vacuum is 3 into 10 power of 8 meters per second. The speed of light in vacuum is 3 into 10 power of 8 meters per second. Okay, substitute this n value and c value in this formula. 3/2 is equal to 3 into 10 power 8 by v. Therefore, v is equal to 3 into 10 power 8 into 2 by 3. Then 3 gets cancelled. Then what is the speed of the light in the glass? Yes. Therefore, the speed of the light in the glass is 2 into 10 power 8 meters per second. Okay, this is the way we have to find the speed of the light in the medium. If he given the refractive index, okay, then to calculate the speed of the light in the medium, then what is the formula we have to use here? Absolute refractive index is equal to ratio of speed of light in vacuum by speed of light in medium, and we know the speed of light in vacuum, that is 3 into 10 power 8 meters per second. And when you substitute this refractive index and the speed of the light in vacuum in the formula, then we can get the speed of the light in the medium. Right, observe here carefully. The units of refractive index, it is a dimensionless quantity. That means it has no units. Okay, the refractive index has no units. Okay, why the refractive index doesn't have no units? Because we have the same units. Here it is a speed of light, it is also a speed of light. Both are meters per second. Then both will cancel. Then there is no units for the refractive index. Okay, the units of refractive index is a no units. So this is a very important for your exam. Okay, he will give the refractive index, and we have to calculate the speed of the light in the medium. Okay, right. Next, we will see. Now let us see what are the factors responsible for the refractive index. What are the factors responsible for the refractive index? There are two factors are responsible. The first one is the nature of material. Okay, the nature of material, and the second one is a wavelength of light. Okay, these are the factors responsible for the refractive index. What are the factors responsible for the refractive index? The first one is the nature of the material, and the second one is the wavelength of a light. And now let us discuss about the next topic, that is a relative refractive index. Up to now we discussed only absolute refractive index. What is absolute refractive index? Absolute refractive index means the ratio of a speed of light in vacuum by speed of light in the medium. Now let us see relative refractive index. What is the definition of relative refractive index? Okay, relative refractive index means the refractive index of one medium to the other medium. The refractive index of one medium to the other medium, that we call it as a relative refractive index. Okay, right, I will explain this in clear. Listen carefully. What is the refractive index of one medium to the other medium? Means the ratio of refractive index of the definition of relative refractive index is the ratio of refractive index of one medium to the other medium. What is the meaning of this? Right, I will explain this in clear. Okay, what is the meaning of this? Means the speed of the light in one medium to the other medium. Okay, when the light travels from one medium to the other medium, what happened? The speed of light is changes, right? The speed of light is changes. Okay, the speed of light in one medium to the other medium, that we call it as a relative refractive index. Okay, relative refractive index means the speed of light in one medium to the other medium. Okay, the refractive index of N21 is the speed of light in the medium 1 by speed of light in the medium 2. Okay, what is the relative refractive index? Relative refractive index means the ratio of speed of light in one medium to the speed of light in the second medium. Now divide this, divide the numerator and denominator with C. Divide the numerator and denominator with C. B1 by C by B2 by C. We know that what is N? N means C by V. Then B by C means 1 by N. So we can write instead of B1 by C, we can write 1 by N1, 1 by N1 by 1 by N2. Therefore, N21 is equal to N2 by N1. N21, not N12. N21 is equal to N2 by N2. This is called a relative refractive index. Okay, relative refractive index means the ratio of refractive index of one medium to the other medium. The refractive index of second medium to the refractive index of first medium. The ratio of refractive index of one medium to the other medium. That is called a relative refractive index. N21 is equal to N2 by N1. Okay. Now, this is all about the introduction part. Up to now, we discussed what is the refraction and how the refraction takes place, and then what happens when the light rays travels from one medium to the other medium, and then we discussed what is the refractive index and what is absolute refractive index, and the last topic we discussed is a relative refractive index. And in the next class we will discuss the next topic. Thank you.